And my partner tonight will be Whit Carter. We are the live stream team from Lincoln Christian School, and we're honored to be a part of this broadcast tonight, Whit.
Yeah, glad to be here, Doug. A lot of accolades lining up here in the gym. A lot of girls that have had a bunch of success in high school, and excited to see, I compare it to an all-star game. So here we go. It's going to be a lot of talent out there, and we brought in some other people that know a little something about volleyball.
Yeah, we have head coach Deidre Rader that will be coaching in her first ever All-State game following this small school matchup, and she'll be getting after it with her star standout Peyton Tuggle. And Coach Rader, how are your thoughts going into your first ever All-State game?
My first ever and my only ever. This is an accolade you do only get to do once, so the OCA let me know they would fire me at the end of the night. So I am prepared, but I'm going to live it up while I still have the title right now. And I've just got to know some of the athletes this afternoon, and I'm a huge fan of Tyler Swope. We're friends. We've been playing in 4A multiple years, and he's just a great guy. I know he builds a great culture at his school, and so thankful to be doing this, repping the East with him.
We're glad to have you. Both teams warming up here. We've got just under 3 minutes here on the clock as we get ready to get underway. And a reminder, this is taking place during the annual Coaches Clinic week. So we've got girls basketball tomorrow, boys basketball I believe Thursday, and then football on Friday as always. So this is kicking off the action up here in Tulsa. I think they had swimming last night, so in Edmond.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to continue to prepare for this first All-State game, Small West and East, and we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're sponsored by Squirtle TV, and we'll be right back to call the lineups.
So it's like the mixture of me talking loud enough that they can hear me and not blowing it out. So
we have this for two, but we don't have anyone in two.
That's fine.
I believe so, but you still need to see if we can have one.
We may have just two, but what we'll do is just trade you guys in and out. I'll let you
Yeah, I'll feed you.
feed me.
I'll feed you. That's good because all I was going to be able to add was what he
Put on, you're like, I can read this.
I'm like thinking today, all right, we're playing 3 sets.
Yep.
First 2 are 25, got to win by 2.
Gotta win by
Third
two.
one's usually 15.
It usually is, but tonight it's 225.
Okay. Can't, gotta stay back here if we're on the back.
Right?
See, I've got a lot to learn for websites.
Yes. Thank you for writing. I
gotta know
have a
terms.
journalism degree, so I've been writing these, and I'm so happy to pass the baton. Yes.
And I told her, I was like, yeah.
So you should start the broadcast while they're introducing the girls and doing all this, and I can take it when we're playing.
I went to school for journalism too.
There you go. But you're in healthcare.
Well, I'm in health. Yeah,
Gotta pay the bills. I know.
But I used to work in before I got into.
Now, I don't know if this will work. I split her into another splitter.
People that own
Anything too.
I used to do
Yeah.
for them. And then, so when I got to Lincoln, like, I started watching Doug, and I was basically like, I can help. And then I got hooked up with Coach Ricky.
Test.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me, Deidre? Can you hear me, Whit?
I can hear you.
All right, fix your little dilly here. Are you good? Hey, let's roll. Can you hear?
And I can hear, you can hear me.
Yes, I'm good. Yep. Yeah.
Way to go, guys.
Got it figured. All right, perfect.
Now I don't need to.
It's so awkward and all of you know, like.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to James High School.
Okay, welcome back to the 2024 Small School All-State Volleyball matchup here on the campus of Jenks High School, Frank Harold Gym. And so we're going to start with the home team. Again, my name is Doug Nelson, and I have Whit Carter, and head coach for the Lincoln Christian Lady Bulldogs, Deidre Rader, state champion coach she is. And here's your head coach, Tyler Swoop, and he is from Inola. And I want to talk a little bit about Tyler. He's had a great run at Inola the last 3 years and has actually been to the state tournament the last 2 years, and has also coached girls basketball, teaches English. So they're going to start with the player introductions here. All right, so from North Rock Creek, that's number 2, Chloe Casterkey.
Next, number 3 from Class 3A, Katie Stemple from Summit.
Katie Stemple, she's from Summit Christian, and she'll wear number 3 tonight. And as we go throughout the night, we'll have stats and fun facts about these young ladies. Boy, what a great group of girls they've got gathered here. You also have number 8, Emily Sloat, and she's from Summit Christian as well. So 2 of the Lady Eagles in attendance here tonight. This is number 4. This is Ava Fia Cable, and she's from Cassia Hall. And also Coach Swope has 2. Number 9, Brooke Walker, standout player from Inola, and then number 13, Sage Day. And number 20, Presley Olson from Wagner. Talking to her before practice today. She's a nice young lady. Just excited to be here and be a part of this great atmosphere. And then you have number 25, that is Ramsey Wagner, the 6'1 senior from Cassia Hall. And then you've also Savannah Copeland. She is the first ever All-Stater from Choteau Maisie, and she'll wear number 24 tonight. Coach Rader, what's your eyes tell you about that squad right there?
Well, obviously I'm biased with the East Side representing because I've seen so many of these girls competing since, their freshman, sophomore years. A lot of them starting varsity pretty early on there. So I know that Coach Swope has 4 setters that are on his team, and 3 of which typically hit for their teams. So he's going to, work a lineup that will be aggressive offensively, and then he's got a lot of defensive players. So he's going to rely on their 2 big hitters, I think, to put the ball down.
Okay, so here we go with the Small West lineup. This is Taylor Malone. Where's number 1 from Cement? Your next player would be Ava Doris from Bethany. Where's number 4 for tonight? And I notice these are new uniforms for these All-State girls, Coach Rader. And that's something different.
It is, because I can tell you 20 years ago we were wearing basketball uniforms as our All-State uniform, and then I've gotten to coach 9 All-State players from Lincoln, and this is quite the upgrade from the years past.
Progress. So how about the state champion right here, number 6, Victoria Gray, Community Christian, as well as number 18, Stella Gordon, Community Christian. She's part of their state championship. You have Josie Brady, Oklahoma Christian School, number 11, and then also number 8, that is Anna DeGraffenried. That's a good one, DeGraffenried. And then number 10 will also suit up tonight. That is Elle Biddle from Corn, Oklahoma.
How about that? Representing Corn.
Southwest Oklahoma.
From Class 3A, number 13,
Delaney Sullivan from Crossings Christian will wear number 13 tonight, and they're lining up on the far side away from us. Again, appreciate you watching on Squirtle.tv or the Sports Animal different social outlets. And then here's Heath Kufall with his player, number 16. That is Kinsey Mosley from Southwest Covenant. And then your final player for Small West is number 17, and that is Emma Downey from Cash, the Bulldogs.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time would you please stand and gentlemen remove your caps.
We'll stand for the national anthem, and we'll be getting ready for live action.
This is East Junior Brian and Mary.
What's so proud we have at the twilight's lasting, moves by stripes and bright stars through the perilous night. O'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly seen, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Before we begin, ladies and gentlemen, let's give both these teams a round of applause. Who's ready for some volleyball?
You ready? Now I can't hear.
You just moved it, and I could hear in my left once you moved that. Yeah.
You want to trade me? I
Can
don't know
you
if I
hear?
can hear.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you, Whit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear, yeah. I just mean if you need me to trade me, then you can. Headsets.
So Whit does
No.
have a hot mic, right?
Yes.
Because you pointed at me to state the color, and I was like, I thought you can talk, so I'm happy to do it.
Okay, welcome back to the small school all-state games here on the campus of Jinx and Frank Harold Gymnasium. This is an unbelievable facility and a great place to play this game. I want to make sure and get in Cicely Reed from Verdigris. She wears number 1. Her head coach is Coach Horton. He's done a great job with Verdigris. Also, I want to mention Small West head coach is Justin Jantz. He is the head coach of the Snyder Cyclones. First year, he went 21-9. He also coaches boys basketball. He was at Eric for 18 years and coached girls basketball there as well and was part of a 2013 state championship. And so Christian Heritage is your reigning 3A state champion with a 23-17 record, and in 4A, Community Christian with a 41-2 record. They've got a couple girls that are represented as well as Christian Heritage. And so we're going to try to call this game the best we can, learning these names as quickly as we possibly can. I've got Coach Rader and my man Whit Carter on the call with me tonight, and we want to celebrate these girls. And I was here at practice today. They had a lot of fun with Coach Rader. I watched you guys work with the East Side large and small school girls, and then we watched the other West Side work. And so this is the first time these particular teams have matched up as far as practice or live games here tonight.
Absolutely. And because so many of them have played at a high level, you know, they understand rotations. They're going to be able to rotate in for one another pretty seamlessly. But, you know, there might be a little bit of miscommunication there, but that's what practice is for. Get on the court with each other, get to know their names, and just build a tiny bit of chemistry and trust so that they can just have fun while they're playing out there.
I was talking to Coach Jantz briefly after you finished practice, and I had said something about, you know, trying to learn names. He goes, "You're trying to learn names." He goes, "I'm the head coach. I'm trying." So that's kind of how it goes, right? So there'll be your rotations here. It looks like we'll have 10 girls on both squads, so 20 girls will be involved here tonight. You've got ball girls down here, 2 officials, and then we have line judges. Those are those girls from Jinx or
Yeah,
kind of?
Coach Payne would have, helped supply that tonight.
Yeah. So here's number 3, Stemple with the serve. We go across, and just like that, a hard hit. That's number 16, and that is Mosley from Southwest Covenant with the point.
Victoria Gray had a great serve receive pass and was able to pop back up and make herself a hitting option, and the setter still went back to her right side, knowing Victoria was still getting up to get in position.
How about Mosley driving it deep? And that created problems for number 4. That's Ava Via Cable that had to play it. That's right there in that no man's land, if you will.
She was able to send it off of her shoulder and really make her, feet move to get out, her platform around that ball.
So that makes it 2-0. We're going to drive it down the middle. Here's number 2 on the far side. That's
Beautiful
Caster
placement.
Key.
Very smart placement. Being able to push that tip to the deep corner is very hard to defend. Very smart to see that position open.
Rock Creek, North Rock Creek, that is, NRC.
And Caster Key and Mosley, ironically enough, will be teammates next year at OBU.
Awesome. Thank you, Whit. Sage Day with the serve. And how about the kill right there? That's number 6, Victoria Gray, state champion with Community Christian, the Royals. Coach Rader, I might have to pull you out for some color on some of our other things we do this year.
I'm ready.
I love it already. Number 11, Brady to serve. Oklahoma Christian, OCS. See what she does with it. 3-1 West. Drives it deep and out of bounds, and so that'll make it 3-2. Service will go to the East. Whit, as we go throughout the night, you're going to get in as much information of these girls. We have researched.
Doug,
our crack team
don't say
has
we,
researched.
it's you. Doug's most of the research, but I'm just a guy going to be translating it. So
Well, let's get it. All right, there's number 17. That's Mickett Downey. Gets it across. Here's number 8. That's Slot just to clear. Here comes a big hit. That's number 6.
Beautiful. Found the
Gray
off the block.
with the kill.
and Gray and Stella Gordon, both from Community Christian. What an unbelievable list of accomplishments. I mean, 3-time state champions, both all conference. Gray is going to go to Rockford University in Kansas City, and Gordon will go to SWASU to major in nursing.
Yes, number 8. That's DeGraff and Reed. Here we go. Just trying to get it back across. Outside. Kill shot.
Great spot down the line.
Mosley drove it deep. Played back over. That was Wagner. Another kill. Nope, just a sweet little touch with Gray, state champion.
She knows how to swing hard and fast, and so she had everyone on her heels and saw, I've got the sweet spot. I can still get this kill without laying down the hammer.
All right, here's DeGraff and Reed, number 8. Nice serve.
Beautiful.
Great ace, and that's number 13, laying out. And that's Sage Day from Inola, trying to just do anything to get it back up. 6-2 West. Nice serve. Here comes the set. Outside, that's number 8, Slot. It's going to be out of bounds.
This OCS setter that is serving, it's just always so fun to play them. It's an electric atmosphere. They're the first school that I've seen to have those giant, scoreboards that have, video attached. And so it was very fun playing there last year. We'll be hosting them this year in 4A.
Here's number 2, Chloe Caster Key. What do you got on her, Whit?
Yeah, so Caster Key, again, North Rock Creek was a, all-city Oklahoman, 3.9 GPA, and again, is going to go to OBU next year.
Nice touch, far side. That's number 6, Gray. Here we come. Slot gets it over, and the point will go East, 4-7.
She thought she'd try the same trick Victoria Gray just did, and it worked for her. Doing that roll shot right over the block, seeing if defense can run through it, pop it up.
One of many options on where to put the ball. Here's Caster Key, drives it right down the middle. Number 8, that's Graffenried. Nice save there. Just clears it. Looks like a double, right, Coach?
Correct. The contact came out of her hands. You can't always tell it's a double based on the spin of the ball, but you really could see that one hand released later than the other, so it's going to be a double contact.
So we'll play 3 games to 25. Is that correct, or is the third one to
Yes.
15?
It is not to 15. We will play 3 regardless of the first 2, the outcome of the first 2.
Okay, so it's not 2 out of 3. So
Correct.
that's all state rules. Popped up by Castor Key. Nice set. Look out. That's number 16.
Nice dig by Sage.
Mosley hammered it down. We just clear. Going to get another chance here on the far side. It's just a little deep, and that was all Gordon could do with it.
Yeah, the set went too wide outside the antenna there. Even, with Stella being a lefty, that's a tough angle for her to get that back over.
You talked about the nice dig back there by Sage Day. I mean, you guys played Inola quite a bit. Her list of accomplishments
Absolutely.
is pretty lengthy. So
is.
she had a great career and get to enjoy it with her own coaches on her own
and her
team.
teammate.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
He's going to be sad to see her go, guys.
Mhm.
Oh, man, what a shot. That was Mosley. Nice block up top. That's number 10. That's L. Biddle. And number 18, Gordon with the block. Delaney Sullivan, Crossings Christian, the Knights to serve. 9-5 West. Here we go.
Very smart. Oh, good
Castor
job,
Key.
Victoria.
Mosley clears all the way across. This is Day. Up by Sullivan. Hammer shot. Oh, goodness. Mosley, get used to her name, Coach.
Over 1,000 career kills in her career. So
Coach,
that's quite a bit.
Coach Kufal enjoyed that
That is
season.
huge. I mean,
Yeah.
we've only had a handful of players get to 1,000
Yeah.
in their careers at Lincoln, and so
We'll talk more about that as we go throughout the night, but here we go. Oh, goodness. Wag.
put that
Wagner,
down,
right?
Ramsey.
Ramsey, Cassia Hall. That was very powerful.
Ramsey moved to the outside position for Kasha this year, and so she's comfortable in the middle, but she would prefer to play outside. But I'm glad she stepped up her team and filled that role for them.
Here's Ramsey, drove it, and a point for the West. Just a little roll shot, got it in there. What do you got on Ramsey, Whit?
Yeah, so Ramsey Wagner, part of a 30-9 Cassia Hall team that was a semifinalist team last year. She's going to go to OU. Actually played soccer for 4 years as well. So
multi-talented. Here's Brooke. Inola Longhorn drives it down. Walker. Guys, I'm having fun. And
As you should. This is fun volleyball, high level when you get some of the best athletes in the state together.
sure.
Oof.
AC's working.
AC this year.
New uniforms. It's about as good as it gets
It
at the
is.
All-State games here. Here we go. Number 3, Stemple. Right down the middle. Outside. Nice left-handed shot. That's number 17, Downey. Good block. Number 11, that's Brady. And number 17, Downey.
That set died just a bit, and so I could tell the outside was trying to, place it smart around that block and just got to it a little bit late.
Here we go, number 16, Mosley into the net. So you guys showed up at 1 o'clock today. They check out uniforms, and then you come over here to the Frank Harold Fieldhouse, and you start with practice.
Yep.
They take individual pictures, team pictures, and then you practice 2:15 to 3:45 and 3:45 to 5:15. The girls run and grab something to eat, and then back they come for live action. So that was Malone that couldn't do much with that serve right at her. The young ladies from Cement serving now is number 13, Sage Day, Inola. Her coach is watching proudly right now from the coach's box. Outside, look out. Nice job up there. That's the young lady from Shotomezi, Savannah Cobblance. Where's number 24? She told me she's the first ever All-Stater from Shotomezi
Shoto,
in
obviously.
volleyball.
Exactly.
It was fun to kind of research these kids, and then I got to talk to several today, and they're just very proud of their accomplishments, and some of them were a little hard to get all of it out of, because they don't want to brag.
They
but
don't.
They need
don't
to
want to brag. So we got to get their coaches to brag on them. So
Yeah.
that was our more successful reaching out.
Absolutely. Coaches were good return, information on the young ladies. Here's number 13, Sullivan, Delaney from Crossings. 13-10, so we're hanging around. Decent game. First one. Here's your set. Outside, that's number 2. Casterkey tried to do something with it. What do we got?
They did call the double. I think that was a smart play. She had 3 hitters ready to go because that dig was high and off the net, beautiful placement, and it would have been a kill for sure, but she tried to swipe it a little too soon, and therefore 2 contacts with each hand.
Here's via cable, Ava, Kasha. Oh,
Ooh.
that ball is out.
Lucky.
Oh, wow.
Something right there.
That was close. You had number 1 and number 16, Mosley and Malone, both swung at it, and it just split them.
And yet it landed out of bounds. Always think you're lucky stars when that happens.
All right, substitution into the games. Number 8.
Next starter for the West, number 8,
The Graffenried. Oklahoma Christian.
Yep. Plays for Charge
Club.
which is a popular club.
If there's 48 girls playing in this, 44 of them probably play club, Coach.
You are correct.
And the 4 that don't are just crazy athletic.
Crazy athletes that are able to
Tyler
play
Hurd
multiple
is one
sports.
that
Exactly.
I talked to. And
Yeah.
she's an all-stater in basketball and
Yep.
volleyball. That's coming up next. But
Yep.
how about Cicely Reed right here? Volleyball from Verdigris. And this young lady is going to K-State to row.
That is so
Full
smart.
ride. Full ride.
Cool. Very
You
cool.
usually hear about rowers and volleyball translating because of their height, but I'm not seeing her as the height component that they were searching for. But clearly, she's just ready to put in the work as a rower. So I love hearing that.
Wow. Great hammer down by Olson. Mosley just clears it. Reed. Oh, goodness. What a set right there to Wagner. Golly, don't
Wagner
give
gets
her
it
a
right
clean
there.
shot.
It's like,
Look out.
good night,
If you and I are down there with, I'm ducking.
I
like to see
No
these.
doubt.
I like to see these school teams rolling in here together,
Mhm.
wearing their
Block
matching.
Matt coming.
Yeah, wearing their matching school colors, so you know where they're from. That's Lawton Mac. Here we go. Mosley plays it up outside. Oh, nice shot. That's number 18. Just popping it around. Reed clears it. Mosley sets it. Oh, a quick play right there. That's number 8. DeGraff and Reed.
Yeah, she's made some nice plays.
Little trickery right there, Coach. What do you call that? Just the dump?
The set or dump when you're like, which hitter can put it down? Oh, you know what? I think I'll just go ahead and take care of that for myself.
We've had some over the years that were really good. Lincoln Christian.
One of my favorite offensive weapons.
Yes. Oh, great effort.
That was a short free ball that, our front row players, we try and coach to get off and help because we're teaching those and back row players to help defensively cover those deep shots.
Yeah.
And so just a little miscommunication there on who's taking that short free ball.
Victoria Gray with the great effort. Here's number 20, Presley Olson, to serve. It is now 15-14, 1-point game. Outside Mosley, drives it down, good up. Here's Reed, number 13, across. That is Day. Mosley again, Reed. Brooke all the way across the Day. Good job by number 6 popping it up. There's Reed with the dump.
There it
Hit
is.
it.
Good up.
Almost worked. Great job. They're just going back and forth now. Nice little Raleigh.
Wow,
Rally
great dig. Out
outside.
of position for her.
Uh-oh.
Fia Cable had a great dig. That wasn't actually her responsibility defensively, but she was able to read that hitter was going to that seam shot, and she just laid out to get that dig. I love that.
Here's Ava Doris. What do you got on her, Coach? Coach Witt.
Played at Bethany, who, we've got familiar with the Bethany girls athletic program in basketball. But, she was really good for them, 4.2 GPA.
Wow.
Stuco president, headed to OSU for school, but lots of all conferences and all tournaments for her.
How about this rally? Oh, nice dig. That's number 4, Doris. Here we go, Mosley. Good job on the backside. Thea Cable.
Yes.
Another great shot. It is in.
What I'm loving is these defenders getting these high digs off the net. We're still allowing 3 offensive weapons on the front row for that setter to work in. So I mean that dig was maybe 8-foot line, and Ramsey was still coming in hard, ready to call for that middle attack. So I'm loving seeing the chemistry they've already built.
I'm impressed with the 6'1" Ramsey Wagner from Cassia. Where's number 25? I like the big hit, though, guys. I mean, in home run and baseball,
Oh, great dig.
Uh-oh.
So what's interesting about all these double calls is there's been, a recent passage in NCAA volleyball where they've eliminated the double call. And so that has not yet passed down to the club world or to high school. And so they're still going to call that pretty tight here.
Well, I was going to ask you, are we getting more than we should in an all-star game? Oh, that's all.
Yes, we are. Because are these girls a little bit nervous? Yes, they are.
Well,
so.
and you've talked about the chemistry. What are you trying to preach to them in a game like this where they've seen these other girls play, but they've never really – some of them maybe have on club, but they've never played together. Are you just trying to keep it simple for them?
Yes, and just let them go have fun, showcase their skills, not point out the errors,
Yeah.
But I'm not an official. I'm not going to critique it. He's a professional and wants to do his job well, too.
Cobalance with a good drive across from Shoto Maisie. And so now it is 17-17. Pretty evenly matched, guys. This will be number 3, Katie Stemple, Summit Christian. Plays basketball as well as volleyball. On a roll, I know that. NHS. How about that memory?
All-state golf as well.
All-state golf.
So how about that?
How about that?
So she chose to play in the volleyball game instead of the golf all-state match, huh?
Believe it happened today.
That makes you proud, I'm sure.
It does. Pick the indoor sport during the middle of July.
Yeah, that's true. I will say the weather this week, not terrible.
Not terrible.
It's been way worse during clinic weeks before.
How about Brady liking the temperature of that hit right there as she kills it, Oklahoma Christian School?
Yes, we definitely had to camp out our blockers on her, playing her. She's
you've seen her quite a few times. All right, here's Mosley, Southwest Covenant, serving it up in this beautiful field house. Outside, here's Reed, the rower. Good save, back up, set, cross. That's number 17, Madowney. How about Thea Cable coming to the rescue? Reed clears. Almost a collision. There's the Shoto Maisie. Power. That one's into the net.
But she had to try and save that set and try to place it smart. But
so the East has battled all the way back, guys. I think that's the first lead, unless I'm wrong. 19-18 for them.
I think so, and it might have been down by 5 or 6 early.
Here we go. Drives it deep. Back across the left-hander. That's 17, Madowney. Just going to clear, reset. Up high, number 11. And that is Brady.
So they were trying to run that 3 offense, and so that wasn't her typical setter. And so you could tell, they're trying to find her wingspan. They could get that set just a tad higher for her so she could really swing on that.
So Sullivan's getting a lot of action right there in the middle as she checks out. But here's Brady to serve. 6 foot at least. That ball is going to get out of here. That was Ace City. Ava did about all she could with the 97-mile-an-hour ace. It's fun watching these girls practice today. They were going at each other. The niceness was here when we started, and then it was like, all right, let's go.
Get down to the core of it. They love to compete. That's why they're here.
Absolutely.
And then when everybody took pictures, it was all nice again. So, bam! That's a big hit. That's number 6. Gray hammered it down.
They found Shoto Maisie.
And that is Savannah Cobalance.
That's right, Savannah. She just barely clipped the net there on that net violation.
Saints had a nice year as well. That ball's hit a little strong. Hey, when you're 6'1", strength comes easy, right?
It does, but, with being that taller contact point, you should be able to clear the net and make it drive down pretty quick, too.
Comes Cassia Hall, Ava, Thea Cable. short serve, just clears the net. Nice set. Oh, off the chest. How about that? The set was from Gordon. The hammer was from Muldowney.
Yeah, she got sucked up a little bit there. Typically, if the ball's coming at you that high, it's going to be out. But if she got sucked up a little bit, she knew she still needed to dig. And, if you want to keep the ball up, you'll do whatever it takes.
22-20. Going to 25, win by 2. Oh, man. Don't let Wagner hammer it.
I'm telling you.
And that makes it 23-2.
Could close it out with 2 serves here from the OCS setter. Trying to serve the short, but Ramsey said, "Oh, I see what you're doing. I'll come in here and pass that."
Oh, no. Slot tried to just punch it over, literally, with her fist. And
yeah, she's got them on their heels, guessing where she's going to place that serve.
beg your pardon, that was Olsen.
Yep.
Here is the Graffenried. Drives it right at
Beautiful
Day.
pass.
Here we go, Reed. Oh, she drops it in with the sweet kiss.
Very smart. One at the side out, so they have the chance to dig back out here on force when they have that game point on the other side here.
24-21. The K-State commit for rowing. What an athlete.
Love that.
And a heck of a soccer player. I think she was a state champion at Verticus a couple of years ago. Backside. Golly, that ball had some heat, and that was hammered down.
smart.
Number 6, that's Gray.
So even though the player was in the net, you would stat that as a kill because essentially it robs the player of that stat when there's a violation on the net. So Victoria Gray being aggressive enough, those blockers want to block her.
See, I think Whit was going to tell me that, but you beat him too.
Oh, exactly.
All that
Whit,
terminology.
come on.
That's exactly right.
I will hush up here.
I will cede all commentary, Coach Rader.
So you should have 3 minutes. So what we'll do right here after that first win by the West is we'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back for game 2.
Nice job. Jeez. Could you imagine if they had I'd be like, man, that was a heck of a kill. Get hammer time. I'll just be saying hammer time.
And that's why I just said her not to be playing with her. She's so little, but outside of you can get stuff.
She could have played. You coach club or?
Yeah, I coach charge too. So these girls play for the city charge. And I coach.
Before I save me, don't get me fired. I'm not worried about me. I graduated from UCO and I worked for a guy named Mark Herring, Jeff Boylan. They started Peak. Yeah.
Oh.
They started Peak. So,
Jeff
like,
was the head coach at Westmore. I was the head coach.
Tyler.
So we loved our rivalry.
all those guys, yeah. So that's where I was really into that. And of course, they have like the city volleyball where I worked for the Paralympics. So I used to be like, a little bit around volleyball. That was like volleyball.
By the door.
Actually, watch the.
You also get some concessions while you're at it too. All state programs.
Watch basketball. It's okay. I don't.
Three boys, and like girls were like, "Are you gonna try for the state level volleyball?" First of all, boys can play volleyball.
Yeah, seriously.
And second of all, God gave me your hormones to deal with every day, so clearly God knew what he was doing by just giving me boys. And
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
so we're doing all the outdoor sports. I get to coach them in
Tyler, you
basketball,
think we
but
got anybody
Dale
watching on
takes care of
Sportal TV?
Oh, we co-coached their lacrosse team this year.
Oh,
So I got
nice.
to
We got
live my
three.
most Ted Lasso dreams of coaching a sport I know nothing about. But I
I
will
watched
figure
the
it
show,
out.
so I know what to do. That's,
Yep.
Okay, welcome back to Jinx High School, the campus of Jinx at the beautiful Frank Harold Gymnasium. And my name is Doug Nelson. I have along with me Whit Carter and the head coach from the Lincoln Christian Bulldogs, state champion head coach Deidre Rader. We're having a good time here calling what has turned out to be a very competitive matchup between the small East and West schools. West wins that one by 4. And so we're going to get set here for the second game.
And again, this is Class 3A and Class 4A. So last year, semifinal teams in 3A, Crossings, Christian Heritage, Cassidy, and Southwest Covenant. And then Christian Heritage beat Southwest Covenant 3-0 in the finals in 3A. 4A, we had Community Christian, Cassia, Bethany, and Oklahoma Christian, with Community Christian beating Bethany 3-1 to win state 4A. So just a recap of what took place
and
this year.
How about help me out with this, Coach Rader? Did
Sure.
Coach Kufall,
Yes.
Heath Kufall, he coached against his daughter in the championship.
His
literally,
eldest daughter is his assistant, and Reese was playing for Christian Heritage, where he used to be the head coach at, and so his kids are still finishing out school there. And
family affair
it
in the
was
state championship.
amazing to
And they're
watch.
a
Yeah.
volleyball family. But how
They
about
are.
the Graffin Reed right here with a 2-0
Yeah,
start? Two great
smart.
serves.
To have her start out serving again, when you have a hot server, often starting her out there again
Went
bodes well.
Yes.
Yeah, win at Wagner. And here we go. Mosley drives it right into the net. You had number 2, and that's Castor Key, and then also Cobblance right
Yeah.
there to try to block
Close that block there. Yep.
North Rock Creek.
I mean, Cobblance, to be the first All-Stater
Yeah.
from Shoto Maisie.
That's pretty cool.
She's got they could build a statue.
They could. And
Like,
that goes with
that's-
you, right?
I mean,
And they probably should. She was telling me all of her other accolades.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
an NHS, and I mean, she just sounds like a well-rounded kid.
yes, for sure.
Nice kid. Got to visit with her before.
Salutatorian, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Going to Panhandle State.
Yes, the Aggies to play volleyball, and that is out there, gang.
That's a decent drive. By decent, really decent.
When you get to Guyman, keep going 10
Oh,
miles.
dear.
There's a little place called Goodwill, and that's where it is.
Thank you for educating me on that. I figured I knew it all after watching all of our tornado nights on the weather, but
That's
no, I
right.
had not
And
heard of that
I
one.
believe it might be closer to Denver
Yeah.
than it is
Oklahoma
it?
City.
Oklahoma City,
That's amazing.
which
What
is
is
a
that?
fun fact.
It is a fun fact. Can you come to trivia night with me and my
Yeah,
husband?
I might be. I don't have much, but I got that.
Oh, yeah, that set. Oh, okay. So the set led Josie Brady into the net. She was able to stay out of it, but it really pulled that blocker too close.
So again, back and forth we go. This is Mosley. Has a 3-2 lead for the West, who have a 1-0 lead in this best 3 matchup.
Great save on that set by Castor Key.
Gray pops it up.
Oh.
Oh, well played by the Graffin Reed. Trickery, the dump from the middle.
These setters want their glory too, the
Oh,
unsung heroes.
Yeah, I mean,
As she should, by all means. She had them on their heels. No one even dove for it.
linemen like to score touchdowns, right?
Absolutely.
Outside, that's number 8. Slot drives it up. Here's a great set to number 6, Gray. She's fun to watch.
She is.
Yeah, so, I mean, coming from Community Christian, 41-2 last year, both losses to Mount St. Mary's, who
Coach Rader, you can speak
6-18,
on this.
right?
How many state championships they've won in the last couple of years?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure since Victoria's Gray's freshman year, they won her freshman and sophomore year.
Yeah.
They got moved up to 4A. We had the pleasure of beating them in the state championship, and then we moved up to 5A, and they took care of business in 4A her
Yeah.
senior year. So what a way to finish her career.
Yeah, how about Cobblance taking care of business on that kill shot? That ball's driven a little deep. That's number 8, Emily Sloat. Summit Christian. That's pretty cool when you have 2 All-Staters. You've had numerous All-Staters in many years, 2 at a time.
Yeah,
This
so
year we have
I need to
1.
count now that I say that. I said it was 9, but I think it might be more because we usually have 2. Yeah.
That just speaks volume to your program and all of these programs.
Yep.
That represent 2 girls. Good serve. That's number 11, Brady. Just going to clear it. That's a FIA cable. How about that? Ramsey. Wagner gets it
Oh, good.
up. That's number 10. That's El Biddle. Great save on the backside.
Really
That's
great
FIA
save.
cable.
Oh,
Ramsey had
Rachel
nowhere
trying
to go
save
with
that
it.
set. Yeah.
Wagner, she's 6'1", but you can only fall backwards so far, and lose power.
Absolutely.
This is a great crowd in here, guys.
is
I mean,
good,
this is a
yeah.
big gym, and we're easily
This
over
is still just
halfway
the
full.
small, exactly.
Yep.
And usually a lot of these, people stay for the
Yeah.
large. So I'm curious where those folks that are coming in later
Yeah.
are going to sit.
Yeah. Brady drives it deep again. She's like, goodness, too strong. As she flexes, coming off. All right, here's another strong young lady, Savannah. Shoto Maisie. Nice. I said it too soon.
Look at you. Don't ever do that.
Sorry, guys.
Announcer's
to
jinx. It's a real thing.
It's a thing. So I had the 10 commandments of serving that I had taught my players of thou shalt not miss on game point, thou shalt not miss on your first serve, thou shalt not, and I've learned differently in my mental training education that you want to coach them to. I put it in on game point. I serve it aggressive.
Oh,
So
goodness.
she was trying to serve it aggressive, wasn't she?
Yes.
And Madowney just took out one of her teammates. Oh, her face turns red, bless her heart. She's like, oh, goodness.
Right.
Nerves play a part of this.
Absolutely.
As crazy as
Oh,
it
for
sounds.
sure.
I mean, these girls
Yeah.
play high level, but there's a lot of people
There's
here.
a lot of them that don't play their 18th year if they don't want to play in college.
Yeah,
so
right.
some of them may not have touched the ball since last October.
Since October. Yep. Good call, Coach.
And especially in this game,
Mhm.
you've got girls from, Shoto Maisie.
Oh, all over
Right,
the
that
place.
aren't
Vertebrate,
really
and
near
some of
club
these that,
teams, yeah.
or they've never played in a, haven't played much in a venue like this.
Yeah.
Type of
And another point is the smaller school girls, 3 and 4A, they're having to play multiple sports just
Yeah.
Mhm,
because
mhm.
of lack of numbers or,
Yep.
or
Absolutely.
interest or whatever the case may be. But here's number 6, Gray, state champion this year. And she's had a great game so far. It's 9-5. Drives that one. Right at Slout. Casper Key to clear. Wow.
It's a very smart free ball placement, knowing that setter was going to release.
The key to that, though, was number 11, Brady, come flying in, popped it up, and then we played from there.
Number 13, yes, that was.
Over here on the right.
Yeah,
Brady.
number
Yeah,
13
13. I beg your pardon. That is Sullivan.
Yes,
Delaney.
she came in and dove to pop that pass up to still run their offense and save them the point.
Appreciate that. Saw the one. Couldn't see the other number, which was 3. Oh, nice dump again right there. That's number 17, Muldowney.
The touch. Okay, so I'm a basketball guy. It reminds me of trying to neutralize like a shot blocker and floating it up or getting them like changing the angle of shooting a layup, because they expect you to go for the kill shot and the hammer time like we were talking about and then just dump it over.
How about this question right here, Whit? That was a great one, but how about East just called a timeout in an all-star game, 11-5. Tell me, with the Olympics coming up and, USA, basketball and whatnot, does a timeout in volleyball and whatever else they're playing, does a timeout in an all-star game really help?
So I don't know what the stats are on the all-star games, but I can tell you in, regular sport world, there is a stat out there that it does not actually help.
Oh, wow.
And so I think it's just these are nerves, and coach wants to give them a chance to take the breath and say, hey, let's get a side
You
out
see
here.
it a lot in volleyball. Anytime there's a run of some sort serving, they'll timeout.
Well, you have to as a coach. Like optics.
Otherwise, everybody's yelling at you, right?
Exactly.
Call a timeout, coach.
Right.
And they didn't even use their full minute. They're
Right.
like, all right,
Just take a deep breath.
43
You guys got
seconds is
this.
all I
Go
really
have
needed.
fun,
I don't think there's
Somebody had to call at least one timeout, right?
Yeah.
Before we can get on with it.
the big school parents are like, come on, we're ready for the next game. Oh, man, how about that? Ramsey hit it up into the balcony, and it popped off one of the family's heads.
That
out
was
there. So
that was
they're-
a nice.
they're in
nice
the
save
game,
right
so-
there. Yeah.
Coach, how about that? There's your family.
There's those cutie boys.
Your husband, Daniel, and the boys, the twins.
The twinning team. And then
Jeez.
little Knox the Fox thinks he's a 9-year-old as well. Great placement on that serve. Victoria just has such great top spin when she's placing that ball. She's a great jump float.
And she's on a roll right now.
Yeah, she is. She said, I'm sorry you took that time out. It's not going to phase me.
Nah. So talk about the serve, Coach, what you were.
Yeah, so when you jump float, what you're doing is you're, creating a contact point that's higher, right? So the ball doesn't have to travel up to get over the net and then drop back down. So you're able to drive it down sooner, and you can put, more miles per hour on it behind it as well.
Love it. Good job by Castor Key to get it over.
Oh, middle wasn't quite ready for that attack,
Uh-oh, that ball's in trouble.
but she placed it well.
Thea Cable couldn't do much with it. Great effort by number 3, Stemple, to try to save it. And it's just all West in this one.
You know, coach is trying to honor all those girls, try some different lineups out here. So, you know, maybe they just didn't have as much confidence in what that lineup would look like for them. But smart to go to your big hitter. Oh, my gosh, great. Just knows how to lay out her body to keep that ball in the air.
How about Wagner with the heater? And another point. Now we're up 10. That's a tough one to come back from.
Yep.
As a parent, and I have a volleyball player sitting there going, all right, we just need 10 before they get 20.
Yes.
We can do that.
We give them the small goals to fight back to.
And out there in the club world, you see the crazy things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that one finally is driven out of bounds. So now Wagner will have a chance to do some damage from 30 feet back. Again, I'm very impressed with the crowd filing in here to watch these young ladies. Good serve.
Oh, great set, but there was not a hitter that had transitioned to that touch point. So some confusion on switching.
You'll see that in an all-star game, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
that's
That's
normal.
not, 100%. Yeah,
She's doing what she's been taught, and that's Muldowney.
absolutely.
There's Wagner. Nice serve. Good up by Sullivan.
So a little bit of a scramble here. So you got to try and put in an aggressive free ball.
Sullivan cleared it, and that ball is
Barely
out.
just it out there.
Driven a little deep. That's number 2, Castor Key.
When you're in an all-star game and
Mhm.
different schools or coaches have different ways they like to set and do some of that things, some of that stuff, you're just so used to setting behind you, and someone may not be ready for that, I guess, in a game like this because they're not used to playing that way.
So
or
the
something.
back set, I mean, they are running an offense called a 6-2 where you should always have 3 hitters. But that doesn't mean out of serve receive, you have to have players in certain positions before you can switch to stay in rotation. So she just hadn't rotated out to be that hitter yet because of, some lineup coaches run some lineups differently. And so it just didn't come quite, or she maybe lost what rotation they were on. It's very easy to do.
Coach, what do you got on L. Biddle from Corn? I love that little town. I went to Southwestern in college, and I know it's out in southwestern Oklahoma. You got anything on that young lady? Did I miss that one?
I don't have anything on
Then I'm going to fire myself.
on L Biddle, but
Well, I can tell you L was added, and so I didn't get a chance to talk to L. She did tell me.
She came over. It's not Ella. So
Yeah,
we were
it's
able to
Elle.
clarify that. Yep. Oh, and she said she was named after Elle Woods from Legally Blonde.
how about that?
And
That
I know.
might be the fact of the night.
There it is.
Who needs any kind
That's
of
all you need.
stats from me?
That's right.
Coach Raiders.
Coach Raider bringing in like the actual.
Yeah, I have. You can see here. I got a big L. Just L.
Oh.
I love it. All right, Reed pops it up. Back to Reed. Drives it down. Good block on the far side by Brady and Doris. There we
Great
go.
outlet set.
Outside to Doris. Pops it. Nails it. Point.
So when that setter isn't able to take that second ball, you still want to put an aggressive set to a hitter so that we can get that attack because we want to swing on that third contact every time. So Victoria Gray did a great job placing that for her right side hitter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
talk about Doris, Coach.
And Doris, I think might have been all tournament at your tournament. Coach.
Yes.
And again, on that Bethany team, that a lot of those basketball players that we saw also were the reason they were runner-up in volleyball because they all played in the fall and then played basketball in the spring. So
Yeah, so they were 33-8 this
Yep.
past year. So, all right, now serving is Thea Cable.
Bethany's been really strong in basketball as well, and
Oh.
so I think that there's some female athletes that are able to share their athletic abilities amongst a couple of sports.
yes,
Yeah, they got it
certainly
rolling.
helps.
I know they're going to be good again. How about that by Brady with the little, what do you call that shot, Coach?
Okay, well, the
Carry.
ref called it a lift,
Yep.
so that's, prolonged contact. She had overrun the set. The set was behind her. You could say either way, and so she had to push it from behind her ear, so that would be prolonged contact to keep it.
Love it. Whit, I didn't know they call it prolonged contact.
That ball is up, so that went off her foot.
I saw that, yes.
Okay. So Travis is saying it's down. The R2, our R2 right down here is Travis, and he is saying while it did touch her foot, the ball did contact the ground as well. So that cannot be considered illegal up.
It's close though.
Yes, they kept playing, which they're smart. Blue started celebrating there, the East, but West knew you got to keep playing until you hear that whistle. There's a double. Yeah.
Oh, man. And Mosley hammered her down. Well, it's 20-11 again.
What is it called when an athlete gets the hiccups or the
The
yips?
The yips.
Yips,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm not saying she has the yips. It's one of those things where, though, you know, you get a few calls and then
Yeah.
it just the
Start
ref
thinking
might,
about it.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. The hiccups.
The hiccups. That may be the
greatest-
That might be the new name for it.
The greatest ever was in baseball, Chuck Knobloch, that couldn't throw
Couldn't-
from shortstop to second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or from first to second.
Yep.
It was one or the other. Guys making
I've
millions.
had the yips several times.
I do too, just in life, walking around.
Ted Lasso is my favorite TV show of all time, and I know they say it in there, and I totally blanked.
Let's see. I don't have that on your coaching notes here. did
I'll
I?
have that fun fact there now.
Okay, here we go. The Graffin Reed is having fun, 22-11. East trying to battle back in game 2.
Ooh.
That's going to be off of number 6, Gray.
Yeah, she read the tip, but it was a smart, deep tip, so it should have been that other defender to take it, but she was trying to keep pop it up, keep it in play.
North Rock Creek, suburb of Shawnee. You've played Shawnee many
Yeah,
times,
this
haven't
is their second or third season as a program,
Yeah, they-
period. So,
Kind of started as a K8, I believe, and has just slowly,
yeah, with that overflow of Shawnee. Yeah.
yes. 22-12. Left-hander, that's Gordon. Nice shot
Oh,
by Olson, and now there's bodies on the floor.
she's like, I'll get out of the way for you.
Let me tell you something. Savannah's a tough kid.
She is.
She's my kind of player. She got a knee brace on, and I
Right.
mean taped up, and just ready to
Ready
roll.
to work.
That ball
Oh,
tips.
she was ready for that. Let serve.
Wow. Gray came flying in, just not enough. Athletic.
So that what's
Cicely
tricky about
Red,
that one
yeah,
is
nice play right there.
when she contacted that hit, you know, it probably wouldn't have gone over, but because the block did touch it, it restarts those 3 contacts that you're allowed to have.
Here's Red.
You were right about Red earlier. All-state soccer, one state with them
There you go.
at Verdigris, and yeah, going to K-State to row next year. Chemistry major. How about that?
Awesome.
You know, I asked her, I said, have you ever rowed before? She said, nope.
That's what rowing coaches are doing. I get emails every year. Hey, send me your athletes if they want a scholarship. They want to come to
will
school
you
here.
remind me of that in a couple of years?
Absolutely. If Reese doesn't want to
Yeah.
play.
So I said, so you haven't ever, no? I said, well, don't fall out of the boat. She goes, oh, I can swim.
Don't fall. Thank goodness. I would think so with how athletic I'm hearing her to be.
Yeah. Man, that one was hammered down, but a little long for Gray. Still a 10-point game, but man, it's right there for the West to take game 2. Savannah. Right at Malone. Savannah pops it up. Oh, the dump. There it
Oh,
is.
nice save.
Great job by number 8, DeGraffin Reed. Brooke
Good up.
Walker got it across.
I'm glad she was able to get in the game number 1.
Yeah.
She was looking like she got hurt a little bit in practice.
She
so.
did, and but she's in there. So now it's 24-15.
That's why you never give up. We actually, Kasha Hall, funny, we're talking about Ramsey so much here. We were down we were up 24-17, and they came back and won.
Wow.
You cannot let your pedal off or take your foot off the pedal.
Coach,
Yes,
I'm
here we
sure
go.
you've been on the other side of that too
Oh, yeah.
a million times.
You know, we love to fight back, but after experiencing it, I'm like,
Wow. Gray says,
Quite the one to end it right there.
I'll just go ahead and end it at 25-15. So that makes it 2-0. And so we will come back for the next set. And you're watching Squirtle TV, also the WWLS, the Sports Animal social media outlets. We appreciate you being with us. We'll be right back.
you're so cute. One more.
Thank you, Daniel.
You guys.
Oh my gosh. Yes, he did say it right. Can we get one more?
Yeah.
I've been calling her Red Reed.
That's all good. Dude, you didn't know these girls till 4 hours ago. You do not have a
I think it's going well, man. What do you think?
Thanks, babe. Thank you for bringing this too.
This match,
I forgot to get this off.
we will have
You done?
award
Are you done?
by the Coach
I was going to tell my girls take it down because they have some presentation next week. So I'm not gonna-
Following that,
What is it to
we'll
the
have
winning
our
coach?
school all-state
Yeah,
volleyball
like,
game.
no, it's like, I think the verbiage was, I can't remember what the verbiage was.
Do you know their names?
I've never been one of them, so.
Well, maybe you should stick around just in case I need their
yeah.
names.
Oh, okay. So they go to- Yeah,
There's a great crowd in here, dude.
it's amazing. Like, Steph, Jake's coach and our friends. I do a lot of pictures.
Will you send me that picture?
Yes, absolutely.
Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, you can get your all-state programs out by the concession stand. Be sure you get those to remember your trip to the All-State 2024.
So I got my girls passport covers because it's my favorite senior gift to give to go out, change the world, see everything,
Yeah, I like that.
and remember me when you come home.
It's so cool.
And Brittany's is the one that I didn't get in time. So Dana brought it just a minute of time.
We were just talking about the other day about volleyball season and trying to figure out our schedule to do the tournament.
The live streams.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah,
for the
yeah.
tournament. Yeah.
Yeah, Doug was. Is it Friday, Saturday, or just Friday?
Yeah, we do all day Friday. So I'll take over the gym. Mhm.
Okay, welcome back to the small school all-state volleyball game on the campus of Jinx High School, Frank Harold Gym. We've watched the West, I don't want to say dominate, but they did that second game for sure, Coach Rader. But they're up 2-0 and trying to make a clean sweep here.
Well, I talked to Coach Swope beforehand, and he was like, we're here to have fun, showcase the girls' talents, but I also want to win. So
Yeah,
I'm ready. I'm curious, how he made some lineup adjustments here to give the West a little bit more of a fight.
There's a reason Coach is in front of your name, right?
Amen.
All right, here we go. Red to serve, drives it deep. That's right at Mosley. Across by Madowney. Hammered down by the Shotomezi girl, Cobblins. And it was tipped.
Yep, just barely able to clip Josie Brady's right hand there.
Point East. 1-0. And in an all-star game like this, do you remember 20 years ago if your team won?
God, not a clue.
Okay.
That's a great question.
So, win
Yeah.
or lose, these girls have played in this prestige game, and it's huge
It
to
is.
the rest of their life. I'm
Yes.
an all-stater.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And the friendships, one of my all-state teammates is the head coach at Bishop Kelly now. And so to have that friendship is valuable as well.
Never goes away. And you were talking about relationships and the bonds you make. And some of these girls will, they've played against each other for years, but, they'll always have this one, hey, game, we were teammates. And
Absolutely.
right now, Red is on a roll. 3-0 lead for the East. Trying to win game 3. Drives it right at Gray. She pops it up. And it looked like what happened there, Coach? It was out of
Well,
bounds.
Stella was trying to run that down. It was an out-of-system ball, and so she had to use her platform to try and pop that up and keep it inside the antenna for her hitter. And so her hitter just, as a lefty, it's hard to get that angle when that ball's outside of the antenna.
Best start the East has had here.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, goodness.
Why?
Announcer's jinx.
Why do you guys do that?
I don't know, but Sullivan knew
I don't know. But
for many years of playing, she was talking.
Right.
Communication. Mosley. Here we go. Southwest Covenant. Mr. Carter, have we not talked about any of these girls? Because now's your time, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, just some people I'm seeing on the floor. Presley Olson from Wagner. We've mentioned her a few times. All-conference player, tennis player. Trying to look through. Katie Stimple, Summit Christian. I think we've mentioned her.
Yeah.
All-state golfer. Played basketball. Stuco, valedictorian.
Wow.
Some of the girls out here for the East squad. I want to make sure and get their name.
I was amazed at how many valedictorians are on this
Absolutely.
floor in both games.
Yep.
High achievers.
Thea Cable with the great effort there, just outside her reach. Now it's 4-3 after you jinxed the East.
Now they're on their run. Ah, there we go.
And now I just jinxed the West.
That's right. If you jinx enough, if you say enough things and you jinx enough times, it kind of goes away. That's right. You know, it's just like,
guys, there's a great crowd in here for these young
It's really
ladies.
amazing to see this.
super cool.
This is the whole Jinx program sitting up here.
Yeah. Why not? This is your
Right.
house,
Amen.
right? Sage Day drove it across, and great effort by Mosley. Just not enough. So now it's 6-3. And Day will serve again.
Got Emma Muldowney out there from Cash. So she's a
way down by Lawton.
Yep. Looks like she's a 4.0 student, a Stuco president, all tournament team at one of her events this year. And I believe she's headed to University of Arkansas.
Yes.
So that will also be a decent drive from Cash.
Yes.
Over there.
Yeah. You just won't run home for the weekend.
Nope.
Oh, what a great serve. Goodness gracious. Brady with the skim.
You know, she had sent a few of them long with her power, and so she finally found that sweet spot.
Yeah, her and DeGraff and Reed have been amazing at serving. You know, OCS teammates.
Fia Cable will be sore tomorrow, but she's played that position a lot, so she's used to the knees and the hips and all of it hurting, right?
Oh, yeah. Or you've got to have elbow pads when you're a libero, you know, how often you hit the floor.
And the liberos I've watched that are really, really good, and she's one of them, they just seem to love it. They
do.
smile. It doesn't matter how hard they hit the floor. And
It's like they enjoy the pain.
look at this. It's a 3-0 run and make it a 4-0 run. So now it's 7-6 after the East had a 6-3 lead.
So you'll notice there aren't any libero jerseys out there. So they
Yep.
have in the past had the libero jersey, and it just probably was something, you know, as they ordered these new jerseys, an oversight, and we'll probably get some of those back in the
Is it
mix next
important
season.
in a All-Star game?
Well, I mean, with how the referees are calling it, you would think they probably would prefer it, but, you know, they're not now able to call some of those libero restrictions. But, I mean, the girls know how to play the sport. They're not going to abuse those rules. So,
Oh, great block.
block by Koblenz.
Yes. Koblenz. And then who was my other one over there, Coach?
She
Was
would have closed it to
was it Fia
Brooke
Cable?
Walker.
Brooke Walker was there?
Rick Walker. Another one from Inola.
Yes. She's smart, valedictorian.
Yes.
In fact,
she
both
is.
the Inola girls playing tonight are valedictorian.
Yeah,
Wow.
and Walker's
Co.
headed to NEO and
Yes, to
was
play.
a Tulsa World Player of the Week earlier this year. And
Played for
just
the
a lot
boys.
of, I know over 1,000. Her and both Sage Day both over 1,000 career kills.
Wow.
So
Coach, 1,000 is something, isn't it?
It is. You know, again, just a handful of, I think I've only had 2 girls through our program that have done 1,000.
Wow. All right, so it is 8-7 in game 3 here. This is Fia Cable. Drives it short. Great job by Doris.
Very
Pop
smart.
it up. Olson. It's popped up again. Doris right on the net, and that's unplayable. Now you saw Gray come up with her foot. If that goes over, it's legal, right? Tried to tap it up on that third.
So she is a front row player. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean,
if it was legal.
can she use her foot? Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, she can. As long as it's not prolonged contact, any body part that keeps it up is allowable.
there's that term again, prolonged
I
contact.
know, right?
Write
People
that
are
down.
confused by the hand signal of the judge. They call it a lift, and
Wagner again.
Dude, she
She's-
was crazy active early, and there she is again.
Yep,
So,
yep. She gets it in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they clear out.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, man, do I have to block her?
Yeah. Come on.
Glad we got here for our seats, guys. They're going to run out. Oh, great job, Gray, with the hammer. Coach, what's your strategy going into your game?
You know, I really lucked out with how the positions worked out. When we're voting for All-State, I'm on the selection committee. We really are looking at stats, overall contribution to the programs, and how they were able to lead their teams. And so you can often end up with 4 setters,
Wow.
4 liberos, you know. And so I really lucked out with our lineup and how that is going to flow really well for us to get everyone some great touches and great reps.
Brooke, we were just talking about Walker, over 1,000 kills. She just got another one.
Yeah, well, add it to the stat book.
You'll remember that one. Oh, great serve. Even better by Mosley to get it up. Walker. Good block up front for the West. Great effort on the back row, Day. Across.
Oh, the no look.
Oh, look. Oh, it's out of bounds. I thought, nope.
He called it in.
He called it in, yeah.
So was Walker the one that set that to her?
That would have been
Or
Walker.
were you-
Yes, it would have
yes.
been Walker.
Okay.
Mhm.
Great set. Man. Ramsey had to lean back a little bit, but she's got all of it.
Yeah, because Walker is lethal. She just rotated to the back row, so she's become the setter. But she was, operating across the front row as the right side hitter. So
Be fun to see the East battle back and get a win right here.
Yep.
Nobody
be
wants
great.
to get swept.
amen.
No. It's fair to say the sport of volleyball is doing well in Oklahoma by the crowd here.
I think it is the second largest growing sport behind women's wrestling. Yep.
Turning to the lineup for the West, number 1, Taylor Malone.
So now serving will be number 20, Presley Olson. Wagner, the Bulldog.
It's interesting, too, because a lot of states, I think the majority of states play softball
Yes.
in the spring,
Mm-hmm.
and we are one of the ones that still play fast pitch. Some of these schools are playing slow pitch in the spring. So volleyball would probably grow even more if even some of the smaller schools in 3A, 4A would
You're going to get me on my soapbox.
would bring on volleyball. If they,
Are we
you know.
the last state to do it that
And
way?
I've talked to Coach Stewart. She's from Missouri, so Missouri also
I think
has
I
softball
think
in
there
the
may be
fall.
only two states that do
Yep.
do it that way.
And,
So
and I love both sports, but the problem with that in a smaller school, you
Sharing
need
too
those
many
athletes to
athletes.
do
Yeah.
both.
You
Right,
do.
and these
You
kids
do.
would.
if
Probably.
you had softball in the spring, a lot of people would probably develop volleyball programs.
Right.
Now, some are still going to specialize and play one or the other club, but the ones that are marginal,
Yeah.
you might get. So
Yeah, there was only 4A and 5A volleyball when I played.
Yep.
The year after I graduated, we added 6A. Even though we went to Union to 6A school, it was considered 5A volleyball. And the sport has just exploded
Yeah.
where we have 4 classes
now
now.
you have 3A. And
Yeah.
do you think there'll ever be a 2A?
We're not close yet
Okay.
because you still, we have 32 in each class. And so in 3A, I think there's 36. We're slowly adding a team or two here and there.
Yeah.
But like you said, we're probably
It's
with
tough.
the smaller schools now. If with softball, we're not going to be
That
adding
might
many
be
more
it.
schools.
Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah.
All right, here's number 18.
Yeah, she is a lethal weapon because being left-handed setter, I just remember her being front row when we would play community, and she could go up and swing.
Yeah. Hey, these girls calling the lines are doing a good job. That's a lot of pressure.
It is.
Stella Gordon, you're talking about her. She almost 2,500 career assists.
Yeah, that's huge.
Which is a very large number.
It is. Especially if she's hitting, she's not setting all 6 rotations.
That's a
So
lot.
that is a huge.
No matter what sport and what stat it is, 2,485 is an insane number.
So clear, she was part of that freshman squad of starters that started winning state.
Yeah.
Checking back in for the West, number 17, Emma Bolden.
All right. Mosley to serve again. We hope that we've celebrated these girls and got in some great stats and information on them. That's our reason for being here tonight. The OCS young lady hammered it down. That was Brady. Oh,
Great
wow.
job.
There she is again. That's Sullivan.
Pastor Key
What do you got
setting
on
the block.
Sullivan? What I mean, talk to me about her. If we already talked about
you
her.
know, Delaney Sullivan,
Gosh.
Crossings, state semifinalist, 4.0, going to OU. I also saw Taylor Malone out there from Cement, going to USAO, MVP of their team last year, and you know, just
She tweaked her ankle a little in practice. Wasn't sure she was actually going to play, but she's out there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Wearing
hitting
the
floor.
arm sleeves.
wearing
right
the
there.
arm sleeves in the white.
Coach, do you like the uniforms with the sleeves or sleeveless?
So, you know, it's beneficial to have that protection because you get a lot of floor burns if you don't have a longer sleeved jersey. You know, the cool thing to do is have the tank top jersey with the sleeve.
Sleeves, yep.
And when we ordered new jerseys 2 years ago, I said, guys, this is the new thing. And just went to nationals, and they're like, no, that seems like we're tryhards. And then they all went to the national tournament. They're like, Coach, we should have ordered those. I was like, I told you.
I just want to let you know that the 12U Blaze team has that uniform, and they
course
look
they do.
money.
They look money.
And my daughter plays on that. But anyways, that's a whole nother thing.
But it's a popular style for sure.
Well, we were talking about Olsen here, and she's got the sleeves on, and that kind of made me think of that. But
yeah,
so,
how you'll want that protection, but yeah.
here's Red trying to hang on, 18-11. Red sets it outside. That's Day, and that is out of bounds.
Great idea to go down that line. Still got a comfortable lead, so hopefully they can get that side out and get that win.
Sullivan, I've been very impressed with this young lady. Effort.
Mm-hmm.
Same on the other side with Thea Cable. Those two have been all over the floor. Here's Olsen, just clears it. Walker, Red, outside. There's Day. These kids are playing hard right down to the end here.
Beautiful.
Walker,
Trying to save it. Yeah, good top spin.
Mosley, outside. That's McDowney, and she gets the point.
Yep.
Very helpful to have that outlet set from the back row going to a lefty.
This comes very natural to you, Coach Rader. We may have to hook you up for some more broadcast in the future.
You know, I'm ready to talk about my
Could
favorite
you
sport
coach?
anytime.
Could you coach and coach
And,
your team
and
from?
talk about it
Yeah.
as I'm absolutely. It's basically
Just
what I
lift
do
your
is
mic up and-
commentate.
yeah.
Amen. And then when I want to give my strategy, I will hide my mic. Yep.
Oh man. 18-14. Red. Good job, Day. Here comes the back set to Mosley. Just into the net a little bit. Those two are working well together.
It's a smart offensive weapon for sure, but she hadn't gotten composed back to a touch point to get that kind of swing she would have typically liked.
Whit, was that your thought on that?
That's exactly what I
was thinking.
was thinking.
Back to the
I almost
touch
said
point.
that. You know, it was right on the tip of my tongue.
I'm so sorry I
And
cut you off. I will slow my roll.
I'm excited for volleyball season because I've learned all this knowledge. You
Absolutely.
know?
Yep.
Have you been taking notes? Oh, I see a page of notes. Look at that.
Yeah. A lot of notes up here.
Replay back this broadcast.
All right. Sage Day, Inola. Her head coach, Tyler Swope. That's pretty cool to get to coach a couple of your kids in
really
the
cool.
All-State game. Coach gets to coach Peyton Tuggle here in just a few minutes.
My lone freshman, we won state her freshman year.
Yep.
I had 7 seniors starting, and she was my 8th starter as a freshman.
Yeah, she was highly touted from about 12 years old on.
Yep.
So, played high-level club. And
Real quick, since you'll be down there with
Yeah,
her,
about to head out.
how did you see her progress throughout her career? You said obviously as a
Yeah,
freshman.
what I'm just so proud of her she had played in the middle because she was such a tall kid. And because she's so athletic, we were able to really work her into the back row by her junior year, and she became an offensive weapon for us back there too. And so I'm just proud of her versatility and being able to hit the floor and be that defensive player that we needed from her as well.
well said. Well hit by
Oh, good
Gordon.
save.
Oh, what a save.
How about that one? There's Doris coming flying in. Oh,
I
it
see
got
that
over.
empty, right?
Goodness,
Just
Mosley.
very smart weaponry there from Stella Gordon.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of this set, I'd like everybody to stick around for short reports.
I mean, it really is just an amazing turnout. Like, I mean, this is more than
seriously.
has been at state tournaments like state championship matches.
Well,
Like,
a minute ago, I was going to say that about these girls calling lines.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's more pressure right here than
Absolutely.
maybe at a state tournament. There's
Yes.
more people.
yes,
Now, we're not playing for the gold ball, but
Right.
we are playing
but
for.
these girls are well loved and well supported. So I love seeing that turnout.
I was impressed at practice. There was quite a few people in here just kind
wanted
of
to
watching.
see.
And
Yeah.
Red, look
Nice.
out!
Oh,
what a save by Doris! Goodness, Wagner hammered it. Ava Doris, the save of the day. I'm giving it to her. And she's got pink fingernails. I noticed them when I was talking to her earlier. What's up, man? My buddy, Crew, in the house, a Lincoln Bulldog.
quick conference with the official on the double contact. The setter believes she only contacted it with one as like popping it into the air. I didn't see the play, but smart little
How about
offensive
that?
play there. So they, faked the set to Ramsey. She came in hard, coming for that approach, and then the outside hitter swung right around it. So they had pulled the block with Ramsey because she has been such an offensive weapon tonight.
So you've got the Wagner Summit Christian rotation there on that play.
Boom,
and that
boom.
was
The 1-2
nice.
punch.
That was beautiful.
I'm glad they got to run some fun stuff because that's something you typically build
Yeah.
with chemistry in a practice, situation
Yeah.
after months of working together.
These guys have been together, 4 hours.
Exactly.
tonight.
Yep.
I noticed there's one young lady that's going to play beach volleyball as well. That's something that's growing.
It is
I
huge. I
believe
mean-
it's in our next game. We'll get to it. but-
Yeah, and just how the sport of beach volleyball has grown, and it's just giving more athletes an opportunity to play at the next level.
I went to the beach. I don't even like to walk on the sand, let alone try to
Try
move.
digging into it. Yep. Wipe it off everywhere after diving into it. I've learned
Look
the
out.
trick is
Oh.
what a block by Josie Brady.
A little low.
Yeah, Ramsey didn't have much to turn around that block.
This is I hate to say it, but some of these girls are coming down to their final points, Coach.
Oh.
Yep.
And that's a
There
it's
it
a
is.
happy day and a sad
It
day.
is bittersweet.
Some of these girls have played, 10, 11 years. Starting at 9 or 10 years old whenever they started.
Oh, Coach Swope calling the timeout to say, let's hold on to
Hey.
this lead and get our dub.
He's
Use them or lose them.
Yep.
Let's get this win.
Yep.
hey, I don't care if it's All-Star game or state champion. He's not going to sleep tonight if he doesn't get this win. It's going to just burn him in his heart and his head. So, yeah, you're right. On the flip side of that, Coach Justin Jantz is saying, I'm winning regardless.
I've got my 2 W's.
Yeah, I got the 2.
Live it up over here.
The Cyclone from Snyder. Longtime coach at Eric. I think Coach Swoop's going to come up and join us some too. He does a lot of live stream stuff at Inola, so we'll get some of these. I love just listening to you guys talk X's and O's.
Oh, yeah.
I can give you all the filler you want, but goodness, the strategy. Great.
Okay, a chaser ball. Yep.
Sullivan, great effort to get that going. There's number 18, Gordon. Walker to save it.
Good. Still got the
Reached
swing.
way back. Caster Key. Outside. There's the lefty.
Tip off the
Gordon.
block.
Here
But
comes
Walker-
another one. Slow.
Again, Sullivan with the dig.
Like that left hand.
Yep. Okay, got an up.
Great play.
We still get a swing. Nope, she's going to play it safe here.
Oh. Two-handed push. There's number
Okay
8.
to Josie, yeah. Smart.
8-8. DeGraffenried drives it off of Emily Sloat.
She's not loving her set to Brady, but she was like, glad I can trust you to put it down.
Yeah.
I love Thea Cable is cheering them on back here. I mean, being a leader in an all-star game, that is cool. There's Sloat. Walker across. Caster Key drives it. Great save by Sullivan. Up top, good block. That's number 16, Mosley. Wagner.
Oh,
Little late.
Bummer.
Gang, it's 22-22, and so the timeout did not help. They're battling.
They want to get every last point in their high school career.
And look who's serving. She's had some nice runs back here already serving. Here's Sullivan. Uh-oh, right at Stemple. Ramsey clears it. Uh-oh, Mosley got every bit of it. Tipped, but had enough to get it down.
OBU's going to gladly welcome her.
Oh, yes.
This year.
She had her OBU shirt on today, and I'd wear it proudly too, right? They have fought back and taken the lead.
Here
right
we go.
in the middle, Walker.
Here we go.
Oh, that's easy money.
All right.
Well,
First
I'd
to
like
2
to see you
points.
try to block that.
I already said I'm ducking.
Ducking.
That's awesome.
I'm going to turn around and hope it hits my back, pops up in the air for someone else save, and then I can maybe get an assist off that. I don't know.
Yes, yes.
Something like that.
We can practice
I'm not
trick plays
facing
of
that
hitting
head
at
on.
your-
I'll just say that.
Come to our
Goodness,
practice. We'll
yes.
hit at your back just to practice this if
I
you
think
want.
my wife would like to watch me just get drilled with a volleyball.
Oh, goodness.
Oh,
Oh, nicely
Satter.
played. Walker.
Go
Ramsey.
Ramsey. Oh,
Great
Brady with the
block
block.
by Brady.
She's had a handful of those,
Yeah.
even in just this last match, where Wagner had just a perfect set. You know,
Well, they haven't been matched up against each other
No.
much, and so to have your two big middles
Yeah.
now having to fight at the net has made this a fun
Yes.
offense.
And the large school girls are taller than these young ladies, and we've got good height out here.
Yes.
Just kind of watching today.
Well, and what's crazy going down on the court, it just is even, you know, you're seeing this from this bird's eye view, and when you're down on the floor, seeing the way these girls are jumping and how tall they are, it's another game when you
Yeah.
get eye level with them.
We had another timeout. We only used 30 seconds of it. We have a few fans down there. They just happen to be your kids, Whit, but
That's
they're
right.
waving at us.
Big
so
fans
we'll-
of the broadcast.
We'll call them fans.
Yeah,
we'll take
that's right.
anybody.
And we
Coach
make
Raiders
something out of it.
boys, and that's 5 fans. Oh, that ball is out. And that is the game, I believe. 25-23. The West comes in to the east side and runs it 3-0.
Well, we will do our best to grab it on the east side for the large team. So thank you so much for having me, Coach.
Coach, I'm going to ask you
Yeah,
just real quick, if you
absolutely.
were to pick an all-star, just our opinion here on the west side,
On the west
you
side,
can pick a couple too. How about that? And Whit, I'll
I'm
let
going to
you
have to go with
pick
Victoria Gray.
Oh yeah,
She'd be my number one. You tell me, like, I have kind of a, knowledge of who I see often. So,
yeah. So what are they handing out right here? I'm sorry.
Oh, it looks like they did give MVP to.
Well, I love that number 4,
Yeah.
Thea
Ada.
Cable. She's been all over the floor. So that was my pick. We'll see. Mosley maybe over
This
here.
is the MVP over here.
How
There
about
she
Gray?
is.
I had Mosley and Gray. Yes.
Yeah.
Did you call it?
She did.
I
That was
did.
her pick, yeah.
I love Mosley's game too.
Yeah, I do
and
too.
Gray, I said her name a million times. So, boy, that was fun, gang.
A lot of fun.
Glad I could join you guys. Wish I
Thank you,
could sit
Coach,
up here
for-
and coach them at the same time.
Hey,
but alas.
I wish you nothing but the best down there, Coach, and I'll
Thank
make us
you.
proud.
You know.
And,
Always.
have fun with it. And again, your knowledge is awesome, and thank you for.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Till next time.
So we'll hang on right here and watch this scholarship presentation. Then we'll take a timeout. Oh, did you already go to timeout? That's fine.
Our first scholarship winner from Sand Springs is Evelyn Morrow.
Trying to see what they're doing right here. I don't want to miss any presentation. Oh, okay. So what we'll do right here is we'll take a timeout, and then we'll come back for the warm-ups here, and we'll talk a little bit about the large school East and West, and we'll be ready to go. So
Oklahoma City, Miss Luisa Talavera Gonzalez.
It's huge.
Let's get the scholarship recipients for a round of applause. And now, our Oklahoma Coaches Association Regional Coaches of the Year. When you are your name is announced, you will receive a plaque and just go to the end line. From Region 1, from Piedmont, Tom Williams. From Region 2, Jenny Pinterreiter from Ponca City. From Region 3, Tyler Swope from Inola.